First Things First is sponsored by Ram Trucks, built to serve.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Welcome to First Things First. I'm Jenna Wolf alongside Nick Wright, Brandon Marshall, Kevin Watts.
Hi, Jenna.
I had a whole Nick. I had a whole introduction all written out. I wrote it on Friday. It was the revenge game. It was how many points they won by. I had this whole thing written. I had to scrap the whole thing this morning and start fresh.
Because it was not like you had to scrap the script of the Raiders win. Not like you had to scrap. At least you still got the winner right in the script, Jenna. Never a doubt.
It was
never a doubt.
It was nuanced. What happens in Vegas does not stay in Vegas, folks. Not when it's a revenge game for the Chiefs, apparently. KC wanted this one badly, and they got it, but only barely. It took a Patrick Mahomes gem with 28 seconds left to pass to Travis Kelce for the go-ahead touchdown, a nice one at that. For the Chiefs to pull this out, a win is a win no matter how close. And for the Chiefs, they now improve to 9-1. Everyone chiming in after this one, including LeBron, who had this to tweet. I mean, was there any doubt on that drive? No, there wasn't. Patrick Mahomes, insano. All right, Nick, so on Friday, you had your Chiefs by 25, I think. You had 25 on this one.
That's correct.
Did last night surprise you? Just how much Patrick Mahomes needed to do at the end to get this win? Did that surprise you at all?
Oh, listen, I can't sit here and lie to America. I'm absolutely surprised this was a close game. I thought it was going to be 38-13. I thought the Chiefs were going to annihilate the Raiders. And that is not what happened. You said I could go to bed after the first quarter.
And
so, absolutely right. And so credit to the Raiders, and I want to give some additional credit to the Raiders in this regard. When this season is over and we look back on it historically, the Las Vegas Raiders are going to be one of the best teams in league history to miss the playoffs. And that counts for something. So good for them in that regard. It's unfortunate they couldn't close the deal last night. And it's hard to blame them, Brandon, because one team has Patrick Mahomes and everyone else doesn't. If you were following this game, the live betting lines, when Jason Witten scored the touchdown to put the Raiders ahead with less than 2 minutes remaining, the Chiefs were still the betting favorite because they have Patrick Mahomes and you don't. That's true. Look it up. I swear it's true. And it made me think, the first time we ever saw Patrick Mahomes, week 17 his rookie season, he was in a spot where he had to drive his team the length of the field in the final 2 minutes to win the game, and he did. He has been in that spot 10 times in his career. Once he hasn't come through. The epic 54-51 game against the Rams. If you are leading the Chiefs and they have the ball with less than 2 minutes left, you're behind. Mahomes reminded the world of that again yesterday. So gallant effort by the Raiders. It's something to build on for next season. But one team has Patrick Mahomes, Brandon, and everyone else doesn't.
Nick, come on, man. Just admit it. You were nervous. Just admit it. You know you were watching that game last night, sweating bullets. You know it. Just admit it. I love how confident you are, but the reality is...
I'll tell you where I was nervous. I was nervous when I thought they might not get the ball back. When Vegas got the first and goal at the 1, if they could have run out the clock, I didn't think the Chiefs were going to stop them. But as soon as I saw the time and score, no, not that nervous. We got Patrick Mahomes. Not that nervous.
Yeah. Well, look, Jenna, I'm not surprised by this because of two guys, Paul Guenther on the defensive side and John Gruden. Coming into this game, you know, there's a lot of people talking like Nick Wright. You know, a lot of people overlooking the Oakland Raiders. This is a really good team. It doesn't matter what division you throw them in, what conference they're in. This is a really good team. They're getting better every single week. You look at the offensive side, like this is a simple but sophisticated offense. John Gruden is getting better as a play caller. Just sitting back as an ex-ball player and watching how they're orchestrating everything at the line of scrimmage was just awesome to watch as a fan. And then you look at it on the defensive side, while Paul Guenther, Like, sat under Zimmer for a very long time, learned a lot. Like, this is the only defense that really gives Mahomes problems. And I was excited to see Mahomes just take his time. He had poise, and he really got his team in the perfect situation almost every single play. This Kansas City team is scary because they're finding new ways to win every single week. Patrick Mahomes, they're switching it up every single week. It's not just, oh, let's rely on Patrick. They have the running game. They have the passing game. Their defense gets it done. So I thought it was two really good teams getting after it. And when you have two really good teams in the same division playing, this is the type of game you should expect. That was great football last night, Wilds.
Brandon, what type of defense was Paul Guenther running in the last minute 43? So I know Derek Carr had that James Harden audible that sort of started trending because they weren't going to pass. I think Paul Guenther called out the James Harden defense because they just decided to just let the offense just waltz right through. He went 7 plays, 75 yards in a minute 15. That's literally hard to do in basketball. So, Nick, I know everyone's like, too much time. It's not too much time. Like, for the next person that says too much time, it's not too much time. You have to go 75 yards. The Chiefs had the ball for 32 minutes. They didn't score 200 points. Travis Kelce, wide open. Wide open. If we run the highlight, there's no one in the shot except 20 comes in like, oh, what happened? Like, hey, anybody got Travis Kelce? Remember him? Remember big fur
watch
coat?
what Mahomes does.
WWE championship belt? Oh, there he is. Oh, I forgot all about him. I thought this was just the softest, lamest defense, and the fact that Mahomes threw one away and Paul Guenther pounded it down, I was like, yeah, you're ready. No, you're not. No, it was like a hot knife through butter. It was too easy. Too easy. I'm happy for you, Nick, but I was just like very frustrated for the minute 43 of my Raiders fandom.
Yeah, so here's the thing, though, Wilds. And Brandon, you mentioned Paul Guenther. I thought the Raiders' offense was extraordinary. I thought Derek Carr played one of the best games he's ever played for 59 minutes and 40 seconds, and then he threw the pick to lose it, but they were going to lose anyway. And I thought Gruden had a really good game plan. I didn't think the Raiders played very well defensively. Here, the Chiefs only had 8 drives. They went 3 and out on 2 of the drives, bully for the Raiders on those. The other drives went 85, 73, 73, 93, 91, and 75 yards. Now, they were long drives. They were preventing the killer 60-yard touchdown to Tyreek Hill, but the Chiefs were moving the ball at will and would have had 40 points scored if Demarcus Robinson runs the right route before halftime. So I thought the Raiders' defensive game plan was, we're going to rely on you guys to make mistakes. And aside from the one miscommunication between Demarcus Robinson and Mahomes, this is a Chiefs offense that doesn't make mistakes. So I thought the Raiders' offense was great. I thought the defense was exemplified in that last drive. The Chiefs were getting what they wanted, Brandon.
Yeah, no, when I'm looking at this film and I watch the game throughout the 4 quarters, there's going to be a few things that jump out. There's going to be 3rd and short. They did not have an answer for 3rd and short. They didn't have an answer for the red zone. Well, now, excuse me, not the red zone. They didn't have an answer for Travis Kelce, as you saw down the stretch. Yeah. Outside of those two areas, I felt like the game plan was awesome. I love what the defensive line did. A lot of people last night questioning, like, why are they crashing down in the middle of this offensive line? Like, they were literally trying to get Patrick Mahomes outside the pocket. And they were relying on their linebackers and their secondary to also contain him. So I felt like they were really disruptive. But when you look at Patrick Mahomes and how he answered it, man, you see why he is the best at what he does. But no, if I'm on that offensive side and I'm sitting in that locker room and I'm like, man, our defensive guys are giving me opportunities and they're slowing Patrick Mahomes down, and our offense, we know we're confident and we can get the job done, I'll take that. I'll take that against Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes all day, Nick.
All right, guys, so the Chiefs walk away with a big win Sunday night. Patrick Mahomes did what Aaron Rodgers did not yesterday, flex some late-game heroic muscles. What happened to the Packers? It's next. It's First Things First.